What's going on, everybody? So I am back with another reaction video. It's like my 5th time today I tried making a video. Just hasn't been working out, and I kind of felt demotivated, but I decided to try again and hope that this video goes out well, because today has just not been a good day at all. It's only like 11 o'clock in the morning and it's already a shitty day for me. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do another reaction video. This is the story of I was about to say Joe Biden. What is wrong with me? Joe Burrow, or should I say Joe Shiesty. I think he's an elite quarterback. Honestly, in my personal opinion, I think he's a great quarterback, and he's gonna have an amazing future with the Bengals as long as he has Jamar Chase on his side and help around him, and he has a good team around him. Then nothing bad should be going on. I just explained that so horribly. I don't know. I'm sorry, okay? I just have a lot going through my head. So, yeah, this is going to be a reaction to the story of Joe Burrow, a.k.a. Joe Shiesty. I need to stop saying that. I sound so stupid saying that. But anyways, guys, this is the story of Joe Burrow. Like I just said, I'm going to be reacting to it. I know some things about Joe Burrow. People always talk about it, so yeah, but there's probably some things I don't know about him, so yeah, we're going to get into this video. And yeah, I still feel bad that he didn't win the Super Bowl, even though I wanted the Rams to win. So hopefully he can come back to the Super Bowl the next year and at least do something, okay? At least do something, have some help on the side, get a better offensive line. So yeah, we're going to be getting into this reaction, so yeah, let's just get right into this.
Joe Burrow combined a certain level of swagger and grittiness that captivated the nation and inspired the Bengals to reach new heights that no one could have imagined this past year.
Yeah, the Bengals were an unexpected team this season.
For Burrow. At every level, he's been counted out, and like clockwork, at every level, he's turned his team around. Here is the story of Joe Burrow.
All right.
Joe was born in Ames, Iowa in 1996 to Robin and Jim
look at
Burrow.
that hair.
His father, Jim, was a defensive back at Nebraska before being drafted by the Packers in the 1976 draft.
Oh, damn.
After one season in Green Bay, Jim played in the Canadian Football League for 5 seasons, where he was a 2-time All-Star. He then transitioned to coaching, and Joe was actually born while his father was coaching at Iowa State.
Oh, wow.
The Burrow athletic lineage dates back nearly a century. His grandmother set a Mississippi State high school record, scoring 82 points in a basketball game in the 1940s.
Wow.
His grandfather played D1 basketball at Mississippi State. His uncle played D1 football at Ole Miss.
Damn,
his 2 older brothers played D1 football
like an athlete
at Nebraska.
family. My family's not like that.
So it's safe to say that sports were in Joe's blood. While Joe playing
I
football
wish I knew
was
about sports a long
obviously a
time
given,
ago.
playing quarterback was not. Everybody in his family had played on the other side of the ball. His dad as a DB, his brother Jamie as a middle linebacker, and his other brother Dan as a safety. In 3rd grade, though, Joe's team didn't have a quarterback, so it was up to the coach's son to step up, and he was a natural from day one. While Joe's dad was coaching at North Dakota State in 2003, then North Dakota State offensive coordinator and future Central Michigan head coach Dan Emis apparently commented on how Joe had a future in football after watching him. The Burrows eventually settled in Athens, Ohio, as Jim was the defensive coordinator for the Ohio Bobcats from 2005 to 2018. Joe attended Athens High School, leading the football team to 3 straight playoff appearances and their first 7 playoff victories in school history. As a junior, he was named Ohio Gatorade Player of the Year and AP All-State. Even with those accolades, Joe felt like he was flying under the radar, so he slid into the Twitter DMs of a high school football recruiting analyst in Ohio. The message said, "I was wondering if there were any specific camps I should go to help get my name out there, because I'm not really getting any attention." While it's unclear what advice Burrow received, it is clear that Joe began getting more than just a little attention. As a senior, he was selected as Ohio's Mr. Football, throwing for nearly 4,500 yards and 63 touchdowns, with only 2 interceptions. In addition to dominating on the football field, Burrow also excelled on the hardwood, as he was an all-state point guard. Joe had several mid-major offers to play college basketball, but his primary focus was always football. On the gridiron, Joe was rated as a 4-star recruit and was the 8th highest-ranked dual-threat quarterback in the 2015 class. He committed to play football at Ohio State in May of 2014. Joe's time in Columbus did not get off to the fastest of starts, as he redshirted in 2015 before serving as the backup the next 2 seasons, throwing just 39 total passes. After not having gotten much of a chance to play with the Buckeyes, Burrow decided it was time for a fresh start.
He got injured before?
Left OSU as a grad transfer. Joe actually only visited 2 schools during the transfer process, Cincinnati and LSU. Looking back now, it's pretty ironic that the Bearcats were considered. The people of Cincinnati probably wouldn't have minded getting Joey B a couple of years early, but it's safe to say everything worked out. After committing to LSU, it wasn't like Burrow was immediately handed the keys to the kingdom. Joe wasn't named the starter yet, as he had to beat out Miles Brennan in an intense competition. In his first season at Baton Rouge, Joe was about as solid as they come, throwing for 2,894 yards and 16 touchdowns with only 5 interceptions. Most importantly, he won games.
Okay for
Starting
all
13, Burrow led the Tigers to a 10-3 record and a Fiesta Bowl win over the undefeated UCF.
Damn.
Burrow took that momentum from the start of the season and built off it to begin his senior campaign. In a Week 2 win on the road against 9th-ranked Texas, Burrow lit up the Longhorns as he threw for 471 yards, the second most in school history. By midseason, it had become clear that there was just no stopping this high-powered LSU offense led by Burrow. Joe confirmed this as he led the Tigers into Tuscaloosa to take on the 3rd-ranked Crimson Tide and hung 46 points on them while throwing for 393 yards. Joe went on to break LSU's single-season passing yards record with 2 regular season games and the entire postseason to spare. The Tigers finished the regular season undefeated before putting a 37-10 beatdown on 4th-ranked Georgia in the SEC title game, as Burrow threw for 349 yards and 4 touchdowns against the Dogs. A week later, he won college football's most prestigious award, the Heisman Trophy, with the largest victory margin in the history of the award. Should also be noted that in his speech following winning the award, Burrow shouted out the local food bank back in Athens, Ohio, as he talked about the rampant poverty and food insecurity in his hometown.
That's
the move
nice.
Demonstrated Joe's outstanding character and led to more than $400,000 being donated. A year later, Athens High School named their football stadium after Burrow as a token of their appreciation. Back to his accomplishments on the field, Burrow somehow managed to take his game to a whole nother level in the college football playoffs. LSU won both games by a combined 52 points, as Joe threw for 956 yards and 12 touchdowns in the 2 games. As LSU cruised to a national championship. Those are numbers you put up playing video games with the sliders turned down, not on college football.
I can't even get that many yards on 2 games. It was a fitting way to cap off a storybook senior season for Burrow. He finished the year with 5,671 passing yards and 60 passing touchdowns and just 5 interceptions. Many consider it the greatest season in college football history. Having now turned around 2 different football programs at 2 different levels, it was time for Burrow to try to do it one more time in the pros. Thanks to his almost unbelievable senior season at LSU, it came as no surprise to anyone that the Cincinnati Bengals took Burrow with the 1st overall pick in the 2020 NFL Draft. That's not a big surprise.
The weight of an entire city was now on his shoulders as he was asked to lead a team that was coming off a 2-14 season. Hadn't had a winning season since
at first, I didn't think Joe Burrow was like that good when he was with the Bengals the first season.
In his rookie season with the Bengals, Burrow showed flashes of being the man capable of ending.
I mean, I've seen him as like a quarterback for them.
Quarterback in NFL history,
but I just always look at the Bengals as a piece of shit. I don't think straight.
And became the first rookie in history to record at least 400 passing yards.
But then again, he was injured
and a rushing touchdown in a single game. But things took a turn for the worst.
I remember that.
In a Week 11 matchup against the Washington football team, Burrow suffered a
I remember that, dude.
The concern was much greater than his season simply being over, though.
I tore my ACL the same year he tore his ACL. That's crazy.
And there were worries about whether or not he would ever even be able to return to full strength.
A caring man took a walk.
An ad? Are you kidding me?
He saw people suffering.
Joe attacked his rehab, just like everything else in life. His goal was to be back for Week 1 of the 2021 season, and of course, he achieved it. Still, though, there were doubts about him coming back. People questioned what condition he would be in coming back from such a serious injury. There were also questions about his ability to win games at the pro level. While Burrow put up impressive individual numbers as a rookie, the team still struggled to win games with him under center, with Joe as a starter in 2020 since he went 2-7-1. Burrow silenced these critics and probably even turned some into fans with what he was able to do this season, as he ended all 3 of Cincy's previously mentioned streaks. Joe led the Bengals to a 10-7 record and an AFC North title. To accomplish this, Cincy needed wins in Week 16 and 17 against the Ravens and Chiefs, respectively.
I'm surprised they beat the Chiefs. Like, that was like a shutout game.
For a combined 971 yards and 8 touchdowns. Resting in Week 18, since the Bengals had already clinched a playoff berth, Joe finished the regular season playing in 16 games with 4,611 passing yards and 34 passing touchdowns. Franchise records.
He got robbed for the Pro Bowl.
Completion percentage percentage at 70%,
even though he didn't attend it because of
and
the
yards
Super
per
Bowl.
pass attempt at 8.9. Burrow's magical season didn't end there, though, as he led the Bengals to a 26-19 victory over the Raiders in the wild card round before upsetting the top-seeded Titans 19-16
Yeah, that was
on the
crazy
road
right
in the divisional
there.
round. Then, heading into a matchup against the Chiefs in the AFC Championship,
I was rooting for them
game,
in the
most
AFC
people counted
Championship.
out Burrow and the Bengals, and even more did when they fell behind 21-3
Yeah,
in the first
I was
half.
getting
These people must have
scared.
forgotten who Joe is. He loves being doubted and thrives when everyone else
They
counts
show
him
the
out
Joe
and his
Burrow
back is against
magic
the
like
wall.
Patrick
That's why
Mahomes
he led his
did.
team on a furious comeback as they stunned the Chiefs and almost everyone watching in a 27-24 overtime thriller.
That game
With
was
the victory,
crazy.
The Bengals reached their first Super Bowl since Super Bowl 23. In the process, Burrow became only the 13th different quarterback in league history to start in the big game at 25 years of age or younger, and just the 7th second-year quarterback to do so. Although Joe and his squad ended up falling just short to the Rams in the big game, they went out swinging, because that's what Burrow inspires his teams to do. If his past is any indicator of his future, he'll be back on the big stage soon enough. And if you don't believe that, well, that's just the way Joe Burrow likes it.
Damn. What a history Joe Burrow has. His whole family was into sports. My whole family isn't into sports. He has a stadium named after himself. He went to LSU, was a fucking killer. Putting up video game numbers that I can't even do on video games. Holy shit. What the fuck? Yeah, that's just crazy, honestly. Is my sister here? Yep, she's here. Anyways, I gotta go. Subscribe and take care.